Hi, my name's Emily. I come to you from a different room with glasses on with a big old zip by my nose. Here's the deal. I lost a contact lens in my eye last night. It got all folded up and back behind my eyelid. I couldn't find it for the life of me. Was doubting whether it was even there. And then this morning it came out, but my eye was so irritated I have to wear glasses. And I was sitting in front of my old setup, and the glare on these glasses, new glasses by the way, was so extreme with the ring light and everything. And there's still, I realize, a little glare in here, but it was way worse in there because I have two lights coming at me from the sides and then the ring light, and I just look like some sort of cartoon character, actually, like I didn't really have eyes. And this video is fairly quick and clean cut and just talking about a few products, so I thought I'm gonna go in the guest bedroom and just plop down here. I'm sitting on the floor. I've just got the camera on this little table, and hopefully this works for you. Some of y'all will probably be like, this is way better setup than you had before. I do kind of like it because I've got all this natural light coming through the window. Problem is, I do a lot of my work before the sun ever comes up. I'm shooting this on the weekend, so I've got a little help downstairs by the name of Bub. But most days I would need to be shooting these videos like really early. But who knows, if you guys like it, maybe I'll work it in a little more often. But what we're talking about today, where's my phone? What I'm talking about today is the 21 Days of Beauty at Ulta, and I didn't even know this was happening. Like, I was starting to get tweets from people saying, what are your recommendations for 21 Days of Beauty? And I'm like, where did this sneak up from? Because I didn't see any emails about it. I wasn't seeing it on their website. But then you do a Google search and you can get to the special 21 Days of Beauty site and you can see everything on there. And once this video is up, it'll be actively happening and you'll, I think, easily be able to access what's going on. But I didn't even know, like, what world am I living in? I missed it. But basically when they do this, they have like 3 deals every day, and 1 or 2 of those deals or discounts may be like an online only deal. So just check for that as you're browsing through what they're offering. But it runs March 19th through April 8th, and some of the things are really super good deals, actually. That was kind of why I was like, I really need to shoot down. I really need to sit down and do this video. So I went through on my phone and I took a few notes on like the things that I thought I would recommend, and then also some notes to myself on the things that I think I'm gonna try. So Wednesday, March 22nd, the Buxom Full-On Lip Creams are going to be $10 each. I've got a couple minis here, but the ones that are actually being discounted are the full sizes for $10. And I've gotten these in sets here and there, and they're in like the frosted type containers as opposed to clear. I think what's special about the lip creams, they don't have any sparkle or shimmer. They're just straight up creamy colors. As far as the Buxom line goes, I think they're more opaque than a lot of the ones that have some sparkle to them, the lip polishes, I guess you'd say. But these are seen as being like lip plumpers, and they're not gonna like take your lip size and amplify it hugely, you know what I'm saying? But I really do think they work to kind of like smooth out some lines. I'm wearing one of these today and I think it looks pretty dang good, if I do say so myself. But another thing I like about them is there's kind of like a cooling, almost tingle or cooling sensation when you put these on. I even liked wearing one of these when my lips were borderline chapped because I thought it felt kind of soothing on my lips. It's not one of those like cinnamony, prickly, hot type of lip plumpers. But if you don't like that minty cooling feel on your lips, you may not like these at all. I really am kind of having trouble talking in this room because I don't even understand where I am right now. Isn't that weird? It's like you get in a safe, comfortable environment to shoot videos and then you get out of it, it's like, whoa. But a couple of shades that I really like. One is White Russian. I know I've talked about this one before. Really beautiful nude gloss. It's nice worn on top of a nude lip look or even on its own. It really does have a pretty look, and it's not just like seeing through to your natural lip color. And then I am wearing a shade that I think everybody needs for summertime, springtime. It's called Cherry Flip. Isn't this beautiful? I love the brightness in this shade. It's showing up like on camera, I think, just a hair cooler than it actually is. It's kind of like a warm red gloss, and I think it's just beautiful. So again, no shimmer in these. I think they are something you might want to look into, and it's full sizes that are part of this sale. The other deal that's happening that day that's online only is the Laura Geller Filter Finish Setting Powder. This is the other thing that I would recommend anyway. I could see people using this like kind of lightly all over their face to sort of amp up the glow, but I've got this as just sort of a subtle highlighter. It's really soft. It's a nice nice product. I think the mix of tones makes it very, very brightening if you're extremely fair-skinned, I think, especially, and you feel like a lot of highlights don't show up on you. This kind of goes next level with all those different tones mixing in. I know this might not be like a total necessity for everyone because highlights are everywhere these days, but it is one that I really like. No bits of sparkle in it, no like identifiable pieces of glitter happening in this at all. So I just wanted to give that a shout out because it is a very good discount on that product if you're thinking about trying it. And then the next deal I would recommend is Wednesday, March 29th, and it's an online only deal, $21 for the IT Cosmetics Naturally Pretty Volume 1. Whoa. This is for my matte eyeshadow lovers out there. You've heard me talk about this. What we're working with here is a beautiful selection of matte shadows. I kind of think of this as matte shadows for the person who wants to go a little bit outside the box. This palette isn't strictly full of browns. As you can see, you've got some plums, even bluish tones, a little bit of warmth happening down here, and they give you this one shade with shimmer called Transforming Pearl, which I do think is nice to have because you might want that little bit of glow maybe around the inner corner up under the brow. So it's a really beautiful selection of eyeshadows. And do you ever have those shadows where it's like you can work with them so quickly because you know exactly what they're going to do? You just get very comfortable working with certain shades. And like, for example, I'm not quite there yet with my Visor palettes, let's say. Those I'm still, you know, just getting used to the way they behave on my eyes. They're very pigmented and you kind of start to learn how much you need of certain shades and this and that. And this is a palette that I think I very quickly got super comfortable with because I think the shades blend really well. Nice pigmentation, yet the colors they chose to put in here, the midtones, there's a lot of nice midtones that help a look just work. Warmth is an example of one of those shades where, you know, if you've got something dark, for example, I have something dark on the outer part of my lower lash line and you just want to make that a little bit softer, warmth is like the ultimate softening shade, I think. You can just take it with a smudge brush or a pencil brush on your lower lash line, help it make those darker shades look a little more natural, or, you know, on the border of darker shades that you might put in your crease. I think it's so handy. And Soulful could be a shade like that. Sunrise, Soft Light even, you know, all of these tones here are very, very workable, and you might find them working into other shadows in your collection as well and being useful transition type colors. But bottom line, $21 is a great deal for that. Also, on that same day, there's a deal on the Dr. Brandt Pores No More. I've never tried that, but I've heard good things about it, so I'm considering picking that up. Another thing like that is Saturday, April 1st, the Too Faced Mascara Melt Off is going to be $10. Never tried this product, and I'm kind of curious as to how well it works. Maybe let me know in the comments section if you've tried any of these things that I'm considering, and you can warn me maybe I shouldn't try them, or if you think they're great, let me know. But I just thought that would be interesting to test out, because every now and then you try that mascara that just really does not want to come off. Okay, turn on the sirens. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Sunday, April 2nd, Unzipped palette, or the Gold palette. $21, and it's a platinum perk, so I think you have to be a platinum rewards member to be able to get this deal. Am I right? But the Unzipped palette from Lorac, 21 bucks. This is just like holy grail eyeshadow palette status here for those of you who like rose freaking gold. You get your rose goldish type shades and then every complement type color that you would want to pair with it. I think statement shades like Unbelievable, Unattainable, Unreal, you know, these are the pretty kind of poppin' shimmers, and then these mattes like this deep dark burgundy here, they play so well with one another. If you are a burgundy or rose goldish neutral lover, this is amazing. I have the gold palette as well. The gold one, it's not a bad palette by any means, but it never lived up to what this is doing for me, just because I love these tones so much. And I felt like you were getting kind of goldeny shades here, like with this color called Undiscovered. You know, I felt like I was getting hints of gold anyway, and dark bronze, and then of course the rose gold, as I can't stop saying. So this is just perfect. It's a really, really amazing neutral palette. I remember the person who first exposed me to this was Kristen Game, and it was when I first met her in person, and we were in Minneapolis, and I remembered seeing her palette that she had, and I thought at that time, I need that in my world, and I did it, and I'm so glad I did, and it has forever changed like the landscape of eyeshadow palettes for me, because this is truly one of the best. Big reason why I'm shooting this video, by the way, so I can like get the word out on that. And then looking ahead to Monday, April 3rd, Mally Effortless Airbrush Blush and Highlight Set is half off for $17.50. This is something I'm gonna try because I have the old Effortless airbrush that was like 2 products contained in a compact, and it's a really pretty highlight and a blush. And I remember loving that, so I kind of want to see what they've done to revamp it. And you can choose, it looks like, from either a pink or peach blush, and from what I can see online, it looks like the highlight is the same with both. So I'm not sure which shade I'm gonna pick. I'm thinking I might go for the peach. Saturday, April 8th, Brow Wiz is half off for $10.50. And I do wear this in the shade medium brown. I used it in my brows today just so you could get a real good look at it. I really like this product. I don't know that it's the most like everybody needs to hands down have this product, because there's so many things that are similar to it. You know, L'Oreal's got some skinny brow pencils. I've talked about the NYX Micro Brow a lot. There are just a lot of things out there that do what this does and have, you know, the spoolie tip and the fine little tippy tip here. But sometimes when I talk about those other things, I do see comments from people saying, but Anastasia makes like my exact color, and I understand that. There's a really good shade range here, so if you're a diehard Brow Wiz user, I thought I'd talk about this because you may want to, you know, pick one of these up for half the price. And I do kind of like this medium brown actually in my brows. As I look at it, it's a softer look for my brows. It's probably the softest brow pencil color that I end up working into my brows. See how it's like a really cool deep taupey shade is what that makes me think of. And I don't need a ton of fill in on my brows because they're pretty thick, but I do find this to be a very natural looking shade in my brows. So if you're wanting to try this out and you're about my coloring, you might look into the medium brown. And that is really all I have to talk about for the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty this time around. I don't feel like it was a ton of stuff, but definitely some good things worth knowing about. Those eyeshadow palettes are great. Love the Buxom lip products. Good brow thing. And then if you're wanting a soft highlight that I think, again, would look really good on fair skin if you struggle for things to be bright enough for you, you might look into the Laura Geller there. So thank you guys so much for taking time to watch, and I will talk to you again next time. Bye.